my name is Marie, welcome to my channel, and welcome to a brand new speed build. So for today's video, I'm actually working on a base game only build in the world of Newcrest, which is of course one of the base game worlds. It's the one that is by default just completely empty. And I'm sitting down today and working on a cute little family home. It is a one-story family home, and I really focused on making this very gameplay friendly, and I was also trying to make it not too expensive, but I didn't really succeed with that. I think it comes in at just over 60,000 simoleons or something like that, so it's definitely not cheap. And it's actually pretty difficult to make cheap base game houses. It is doable, but if you want to make them more on the lived in side of things, and if you want to make them cozy and, you know, just a little bit more realistic in that sense, they usually turn out pretty expensive because base game decorations and base game furniture just tends to be a little bit more expensive sometimes, depending on what you pick, of course, but it can definitely get expensive. So yeah, this one's not a starter home, but it is a really cute, gameplay friendly family home, and you know, there's really not that much to it, but it is really nice and one story, so perfect for gameplay, I want to say. And it is a 3-bedroom house. So we have one main bedroom for the parents, and then we have 2 bedrooms. I think I furnished one of them for a toddler and the other one for a kid. I'm not sure. It could also be one for an infant and one for a kid. But in any case, there is room for up to 4 Sims in this house. I guess you could make the kids' rooms shared if you wanted to. It would definitely be a little bit more cramped, but it is something that you could do if you wanted to do that and not immediately move to a bigger house when your family grows, you know? So yeah, I actually did make this with my base game save file in mind. I'm not sure if any of you remember, but a few months ago, or actually was it last year, like I think about a year ago or something like that, I started working on a base game save file. And it went really well for a little while there, and then I just got distracted with other things, and it just kind of, I just kind of stopped working on it. But I'm really trying to get some more builds out for this base game save file. I would love to release it at some point in the near future. And I actually did build this a few days before The Sims actually announced their huge base game update that they're going to release in a couple of weeks, actually on February 4th. So that is only a few weeks away, and they're releasing this huge base game update where they're going to give us, I think, 70 plus brand new base game items. We're getting a brand new kitchen set, like a base game kitchen set. We're getting new doors and windows, we're getting new floors and wallpapers, and I'm just so excited to see what all is going to come in this base game update. I'm sure they're going to give us more news on this at some point in the upcoming weeks as well, probably an overview of exactly what we're getting. That would be very helpful. And actually also, besides build stuff, we're getting a lot of new cast items as well, like a lot of new updated basics and new hairs. I'm not exactly sure if they said anything about new hairs. I think so though. And also definitely just like a lot of new clothes and shoes, and I'm very excited about that as well. But obviously I screamed a little when they announced the 70 plus new build items, including a brand new kitchen set. Like, I literally can't wait. There's also a new fireplace coming, and I am just so excited about it. I literally can't wait. So with that in mind, I'm like, do I want to go back and renovate the base game builds that I've already done for this save file? But I don't think that's necessarily something I need to do. But I am excited too, because I definitely have most of Newcrest to fill up still. So I'm very excited to actually build more base game builds here in the world of Newcrest with all those new items once they come out. And I think I'll have this like splurge of inspiration to build more base game stuff, and then at some point after the new update, I'm really hoping to finally release my base game save file. For this save file, I'm actually also doing townie makeovers and stuff, and also some additions or like changes to their storylines, which I feel like is very exciting. For example, I had Bob and Eliza Pancakes get divorced, and I moved their timeline up a little bit to the point where they're both adults now and they have a teenage son, Iggy. And Iggy actually lives with Bob, and Eliza, I think she lives by herself. I haven't actually really built a house for Eliza just yet, so there's room for storytelling there still. But I did build a house for Bob and Iggy, for example, in Willow Creek. I thought that was really cute. Then I also gave the BFF's household of Willow Creek a makeover, and I progressed their storyline to the point where the girls are now dating. I forget what their names are. I think I was gonna say Summer Holiday, but it's not Summer Holiday. It's Liberty Lee and is it Summer Holiday? I'm not exactly sure. But in any case, the girls are dating and then their best friend, the guy from that household, again, I can't remember his name for the life of me right now, but he is just friends with them and I gave them separate homes on the same lot, which I think is really cute. And then also I have my friends from stream actually sometimes they upload base game families to the gallery under the hashtag Simmary base game save file, I think is what it's called. I'll actually look up this hashtag and I'll list it in the description box down below for you. So if you're interested in making me some base game families to build houses for in my base game save file, feel free to do so and use the hashtag that I will be listing in the description box down below. It's so helpful because I'm definitely more of a builder, and as much as I like to create families and storylines, it's just very time consuming for me, and I don't know, I just get bored with CAS very quickly because I feel like I'm not the best at it either, and I just really like input from other people. So yeah, I love to see other people's base game households for me to actually put into this save file. That would be so much fun, so feel free to upload and I'll check it every once in a while, of course. So yeah, you can see that we're just kind of decorating this house here. I tried to keep the color scheme for this very neutral, because that's just the easiest to work with. Also, depending on whatever family you want to move in here, I just haven't really thought of a family. I think for my base game save file, I'll actually create a family that fits this house and move them in, since it's definitely not a starter home. I feel like it'd be nice to have a family just living here. There's obviously a bunch of starter homes included in the save file. There's going to be at least one for each world, but I kind of want to do 2 for each world so that there is enough to pick from. I think that would be kind of nice. And also, actually, the other week, I should say, a little while ago, when The Sims actually announced that there was going to be a huge base game overhaul, and basically like not an overhaul, but an update with all the new stuff, they also announced that they remade the townies houses, which is so fun. So those are actually already up in the game. If you start a brand new save file in the game right now, you'll have all these brand new homes for all the townies in the base game worlds, that is. And that is actually so cool and also so helpful for my specific save file, because I was definitely kind of intimidated by needing to build a new house for the land grabs, for example. Their mansion is huge, but they actually rebuilt this house and it's so pretty. And there's a brand new house for the pancakes as well, which obviously I won't be using because I already redid their storyline and I built a house for Bob. But there's also a renovation for the BFF's household, basically for all the base game townies in all the base game worlds, so Willow Creek and Oasis Springs, that is. So that is so helpful. I'll definitely be using those as well for my save file here and there, especially for the land grabs, like I said. That is so helpful and just so nice. So I'll definitely be using those. I think that's also what's kind of inspiring me to work on this again and hopefully soon-ish finish this save file, because it definitely saves me a lot of time that I don't have to rebuild the land grabs home, you know? I think that'd be nice. Maybe at some point I will for just like an updated version of the base game save file, but for a first draft, I feel like it's fine to just make use of the newly renovated base game by EA, just the base game homes by EA. I think that is perfectly fine. And then, like I said, in the future, maybe I'll do it myself because it's kind of a fun challenge. I've never actually redid the land grabs home, so I think that would be a fun challenge to take on at some point as well. But maybe not for the first draft of my save file. So I'm definitely still working on Newcrest. Newcrest is, of course, an empty world, so I have to fill this one up from scratch, which is definitely a lot of work. This is the first house that I'm doing in Newcrest, actually, but I already went through and placed a couple of base game builds that I have done through the years. I have placed a few of those in this world already, and then I'm working on some starter homes. I don't think I'll be doing speed builds for all the starter homes because they just tend to be a kind of just a little bit repetitive and a little bit not the most interesting to watch maybe, but yeah, I'll definitely include a couple of those here as well. And I don't know, it's just so refreshing to kind of fill up Newcrest from scratch, especially using just the base game. It's kind of restrictive in a way and definitely a challenge, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. So I'm happy to let you know that I have found the inspiration to work on this base game save file a little bit more. And like I said, hopefully finish it soon. And I am saying that here so that you can hold me accountable for this as well, because it's very important. Sometimes I just get so distracted, you know, I just get so distracted by new packs, other things, and then I just kind of forget about it. And I don't want to do that this time. So yeah, here you can see we're working on the kitchen. I think the kitchen turned out super cozy. It's not the biggest house, but it's also not super small by any means. So here in the kitchen, I was able to also create a nice dining room space. I could have done a dining room space, I think, like in the living room area. I could have put a dining table there probably, but I actually opted to go for just like a more spacious living room setup and then a desk as well, because I don't really have a dedicated like office space or study area here in this house. So I decided to place that in the living room and just put a little desk and a computer there, like a family computer type thing. And then off of the living room area, we have this hallway basically leading you into the kitchen. It's kind of like a closed off floor plan, which I really love doing for base game houses. I don't know why, but I just have an easier time decorating more closed off, more traditional homes with the base game stuff as opposed to modern stuff. Even though we have a lot of nice modern items in this game, like in the base game, there's a lot of nice mid-century modern like windows and doors and that type of stuff. But when it comes to decorating, I don't know, I just have the hardest time doing that in like a more modern style. So this more traditional, closed off, I guess older style is basically what I prefer to do. In the base game, it's more of like my comfort zone. But yeah, here we have the parents' bedroom. It's nothing special. I did go for some mismatched, or not mismatched, but mixed and matched wood tones, I should say, like darker wood tones, but also white woods. I think that was really pretty in here. And I didn't overly decorate it because, you know, that would just add to the cost. And like I said, I really wanted this to be very gameplay friendly. And I think it's nice when it's not overly cluttered, so you can get a better overview of the house. It's not too overwhelming when you first start playing. And then as you play, you can obviously just add more decorations and change stuff to whatever your Sims needs are, what their hobbies are, what their interests are, stuff like that. So, but yeah, I just kept this pretty simple. Here for the infant's bedroom, so it is an infant's bedroom, not a toddler one, I actually created a little makeshift changing table because unfortunately we don't have changing tables in the base game. So I still like to create my own changing tables by just merging an ottoman into a dresser, and then that works out perfectly fine. So this room and the kids' room definitely are a little bit more on the cluttered side of things because I wanted them to be very like lived in looking and a little bit more realistic in that sense. Since this is not a starter home, I am planning on creating a family for this. So I think it's nice to have it a little bit more like lived in some areas in any case. So yeah, this is the infant's bedroom, and I think it turned out really, really cute. And then here we have the kids' room. I actually went for a lofted bed because the space is not that big, and I wanted there to be enough toys and just like stuff to do for the kid in this room. So I opted for a lofted bed, but you could very easily actually do bunk beds in here and then have two kids share this room. Like I said, it's definitely going to be on the crammed side of things, but it would fit. And this house actually has a pretty nice and spacious backyard as well, so there's more than enough space for more toys in the backyard, so you don't necessarily need to keep it only in the bedroom here. That is definitely not necessary at all. But I really like the color scheme in here. We just have some purples going on mixed in with the blues, and then of course just some other colors, a little bit of a mix and match of colors in there because it is a kid's room. And then I also actually placed this science table for the kids outside. I thought that would be really cute. I barely ever use that, so I placed that outside because it tends to like sometimes catch fire, so it's safer to use it outside. So that's what I did. We also have a handiness table. There is a nice dining table outside, monkey jungle bars, just a bunch of different little activities. But then that's actually it for this house. So let's jump into the game and I'll show you the home in real time. So here we have the base game family home in the game. As you can see, it is very base game coded, and it's only one story, so it doesn't look too big or too overwhelming, which I think is nice. So they do have this nice driveway here. I basically just kept this empty because I felt like it like fit the vibes. I did place a few planter boxes back here so you can do some gardening. I thought that was nice. We have the mailbox, of course, and the outdoor trash can, and then just a nice bench out here. And then this is the front porch, which I think looks very cozy. And then of course we have the backyard over on this side. The backyard is nice and spacious, and I feel like I fill it up pretty nicely with a bunch of different activities. Some playground equipment, more gardening stuff. There is also a grill out here, and then handiness, and also the science science table for kids. So there's a bunch of things to do out here. And then going inside, this is the floor plan. So we have 3 bedrooms and 2 full bathrooms, which I think is pretty nice. And then the living room space is basically this nice open area. I could have done like a closed off entryway, but I don't know, it just felt a little bit too cramped when I tried that, so I decided to leave it open like this. So there is an entryway area here with an old dresser and just some decorations. Out front here by the window is where we have the family computer, and then here of course is the living room. I kept it very neutral with some light blue accents. Blue is just, we can't escape it, especially when it comes to base game homes. There's always something blue involved, I feel, and it just looks so pretty. We have this couch and also this matching chair in a bunch of new swatches actually. Those got added not too long ago, so that's absolutely perfect. This is one of my favorite couches in the game. Out of all the packs, I really like this base game one, especially now that we have these throw pillows as well. We have a fireplace, a bookcase, there is a full bathroom over here with a shower tub combo, another bookcase in the back here, and then there is a hallway over here leading you into the kitchen and dining. I feel like the kitchen turned out very cozy for this one. I used a lot of lighter colors in here, so we have basically just an all-white kitchen, but then some fun blue tiles for a backsplash. I made this quite cluttered, I guess you could say. There is a nice island counter area here as well. No bar stools, because that would be a little problematic with the table. It would fit, but it would just be a little cramped. So over here is the dining room area. We have 4 chairs. You can obviously swap one of these out for a high chair if you want to. Then back in the hallway over here, of course, we have the second full bathroom, and across from that are the 2 kids' rooms. So over here is the kids' bedroom with a bunch of toys. I really like the color scheme in here. The hints of purple are just so fun, and then the blue, of course, really cute. And then next door is the infant's room. This one's a bit more on the pink side of things, mixed with some lavender and just blues, I guess. Again, there are a couple of toys in here as well, and also a potty and some books. And then at the end of the hall is where we have the parents' room. So this one again is more on the neutral side of things. I used a lot of white woods in here, and they just have this really nice dresser and a mirror and the chair where you just dump all your clothes on. That's the one. But then that is basically it for this home. So this base game family home is up on the gallery for you to download. It only uses base game clearly, so no packs used. It has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and it comes in at just over 61,000 simoleons, and I built it on a 30 by 20 in the world of Newcrest. So that's gonna do it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can obviously go ahead and download this build off the gallery like I just showed you. My username on the gallery is Simmary Sims. You can follow me on Instagram if you'd like. My username on there is Simmary Sims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so, and if you'd like to get notified every single time I upload, you can hit that little bell icon. I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/Simmary Sims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!